Hey, everybody, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Joey Evans.
And today we're talking to you. Well, I guess we're always talking to you.
We are.
But specifically, we're talking to people who are coming to Dice Tower East for the first time.
Or you've come before and you're looking for other tips.
That's correct. This is 2025, so this is the stuff we're talking about refers to then. And some of these tips can be used for other cons too. But
I agree.
We're specifically talking about that. First of all, you're going to have an amazing time.
Yep.
The end. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Thank you, guys.
We didn't need it. All right.
I'm Joey Evans. All right.
I get that it's overwhelming to come to a con the first time. Because it is overwhelming. I'm an extrovert, and I'll walk into a room and talk to people, but I'm still nervous. I have to make myself do it. You go into a place where you don't know what's going on, and we want to put your minds at ease about that, because if nothing else, us two and any of the Dice Tower staff, you can bug us in the middle of a conversation, come up and talk to us.
Exactly.
And ask for help. We want to help you.
That's the biggest thing. I think Dice Tower cons are one of those that are a lot of people's first cons. They like playing games, then you go there and you're extremely overwhelmed, or you're not prepared.
All right, so what are our tips?
All right, so here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so the first tip is probably the one that people most look forward to, and that is the library.
All right, so without any humbleness at all.
There's no humbleness. Okay, Tom's very humble, but when it comes to the library, he is not.
That's correct.
No.
We have the best library in the world. It's going to be in its own room, so you just come in and take your time browsing around. We have 29 shelves. There's shelves, they're numbered from 1 to 28, and then the 29th one is a kids game shelf.
Okay, yep.
And on these shelves are all the games that we have. There's books in there. We have these notebooks. So if you're looking for a specific game, you want to play The Adventurers.
Right.
You look it up in a book. And I knew that you would say, is it under The or under Adventurers? It's under both.
Yes.
So you can look it up, and then it'll tell you exactly where it is, and you go find it and pull it out. Some of the games are painted. Some of them are upgraded components, and we'll have top 10 lists in those books that give you, hey, you want to play top 10 games for 3 players. Bam.
And that's a big thing, too. All of them, first off, all of them are punched and organized, and they look really good. And most of them are like tricked out to where, not the deluxe copy, but a lot of Etsy upgrades and all that. So even your favorite games you like to play, it's fun to grab those off the shelf and see what's done with a lot of those. And he did mention how if you have a group of 3, look in there under the top 3-player games, and also the top 10 people, the staff. All their top 10s are in there too, so you can look for suggestions if you're trying to find out what to play.
And look for games that aren't necessarily new.
Exactly.
There's some old games in there that are classic, great games, and here's your chance to play them.
Yes, take them off our shelf of shame.
I already mentioned this, but you should come and find us if you can and say hi. You're our guests. We're not here. We're not. Sometimes people say special guests. We're not special guests. We're hosts.
Right.
This is our con. We're here to make sure you have a good time. Yeah, we're going to play games. We'll be involved. But come find us. If you don't know how to find us, there's a schedule. There's a meet and greet. There are different events. We're doing top 10s and stuff. You can find us. But you also should see us walking around.
And that's the big thing, too. Like at Gen Con, the bigger events, we're stuck behind a booth. We have a lot of scheduled things. This one, like you said, it's our con. We're out there playing games. We're out there with people, and we want to meet you guys because that's really the reason why we do it. We just talk to a camera all day. I never see faces.
And listen, every year I read a comment where someone said, I saw Tom and I just didn't want to bother him.
Right.
If I don't want to be bothered, I go to my hotel room.
Yeah.
Or I go out to eat or something.
Speaking from someone who bothers Tom a lot, do it. Do it. Seriously. Just walk up to us, say hi, and also, tell us a game you like to play. Can't guarantee games with everyone, but I like to play people's favorite games because that joy is fun to watch.
Yep.
Okay, so another big thing is using the flag system. A lot of people don't use it. You try to get games being played. The flag system is great. That's the one thing. I remember walking in my first ever Dice Tower East, Dice Tower, whatever, and I saw a yellow flag over a camel up. I'm like, I can teach this one. Just jumped in there to teach a game, and immediately you meet people, and that's also a great icebreaker.
And I really encourage you, so use these flags. Particularly if a lot of people come at 2 friends or a couple or something like that, and they'll grab a game off the shelf, and you'll be like, well, we can play this 2 players. Hear me out. You can also put up a flag and say, we're looking for other players, and then get a couple other people in that game. Then you're all enjoying it, and I'm not kidding. You're going to meet some of the best people you've ever met in your life.
I agree. And that's a huge thing. Like green is for looking for players, yellow looking for a teacher, Red, I'm playing an 18XX game.
That's right. Don't come near me.
Yes.
We don't have red flags. So we have the flag system. It's fun to use.
Yep.
And check it out. Yeah, speaking of the last topic, you want to find new gamers.
Right.
Even if this is not your first one, you're just watching this, you already know everything about Dice Tower East. Look for people who need someone. I found people before who were adopted by others, and they played games with them. You definitely, if you can make it, on Wednesday at 4 p.m., we have a newcomers meetup. Mm-hmm. And so you come to that, and we'll talk about some of the things about the con and such. But also, it's a way for you to meet other people who it's also their first time. And so many times I've seen those people leave in a group and go check out a game and play it.
And I like that too. Like you might come by yourself or the game group. Too many times I see game groups just stay with that same group. I love to branch out for several reasons. I have a game group, but there are games that my game group doesn't like. So if I start branching out, I'll get those games played with new people, and also you widen your circle. I think that's what all this is about. And that's where the flags do come in handy if you like to just grab a game, set a flag down.
Yep. All right. Well, this is stuff that could be used for any con, but wear comfortable clothing. Don't wear a tie and suspenders. No. But listen, the biggest ones are shoes. You're going to do a lot of walking, so we'll have comfortable shoes. But also, this is Florida, so it's July. It is very hot outside. You don't have to be outside much at all.
Nope.
But you might walk outside, so keep that in mind. But then when you're inside, we have the best AC in the world.
So
and
cold.
we keep it cold in there because if you don't, it's very uncomfortable. And so some people that they need a sweater or a sweatshirt or so.
Right.
Keep that in mind. And if you don't, we're selling hoodies at the Dice Tower booth.
Feel free to come by and grab one.
Also, and this seems silly, maybe, but I would bring my swimsuit because the pool at the Carib is unbelievable. It's one of my favorite pools anywhere.
It really is. We did the first year we saw it, had some pool regret. I'm like, I'm not going to swim. Then you see it, you're like, okay,
I bring my swimsuit. I will be swimming.
100%. Also, a water bottle, because we have water things there. But if you don't use a cup, use something with a lid on it. Bring a water bottle that tightens and closes. Everyone at the table would appreciate that.
Right. We don't allow food in the gaming areas because we have a dining area outside in the hallways where you can eat at. You can have snacks. In fact, one of our booths will deliver snacks to your table if you buy them from them. Little snacks and bottled drinks and water bottles. But, yeah, you definitely want water. Make sure you pause and eat because that's important.
Yep. You can bring a backpack, some snacks in there or whatever, but make sure you have those things because those are the type of things that you would get there and be like, I wish I would have brought that. Right.
Speaking of eating... This is Orlando. There are more restaurants than people in Orlando.
It's insane.
Now, the Carib itself has a few options at it that are fine.
Right.
And there's going to be really convenient but pricey food right outside the convention center that you can get. Go for it if that's what you want. Within walking distance, there's not a ton of spots that you can walk to. You can walk across the street to a few places.
There is an Indian restaurant across the street.
Yep.
And if you do Indian hot, you will regret it because apparently that is very, very hot.
Well, some of us are smarter than that.
Very, very hot.
But you can also get an Uber and go somewhere. And remember, the Carib, every room's a suite and every room has a microwave. So you could just go to our local grocery store, Publix, the greatest grocery store on earth, and load up, or Walmart or what have you. You can also DoorDash stuff in, and you have to go to the front lobby to get it.
Right.
But there's lots of food options. And one place that I always tell people to go to, if you have a chance, is just down the road. We're talking 10 minutes away, is Disney Springs, which is a really nice area to walk around. There's tons of restaurants, live music. It's a really nice place.
And that's a big thing. Like maybe a night or two, I'll do a nice dinner. Usually I want to eat quick to get back and game more. But using a night or two to actually go out and see one of those nice restaurants is great.
And it's good to take a break from gaming.
It is.
You game all the time, but you don't want to get cranky, and it's good to pull back, eat, and then come back.
Right. All right, next, speaking of breaks from gaming, you do want to give your brain that break, and that's a good time to go see some of these events that are going on.
Yeah, we already mentioned the newcomers event, but there's some other stuff here. We're going to do on Wednesday night, this is a fun one, is Wits and Wagers. If you never come to that, it's live Wits and Wagers, 100 people playing against each other.
And it does kind of not sell out, but it packs up quick. So get there early for that because that is a really fun time.
Yeah, we also have, we're doing a opening of The Hobby. It's a movie a documentary about board games. So you definitely want to check that out. We have The Dice Are Right. We're going to watch Andrew Bosley, one of the best artists in the world, not draw well. How's that going to work? It's a funny party game. You want to come to that? I'm running Pitch Car there.
Pitch Car is always fun too.
And then the top 10, Pro ZD is going to be there, and he's going to be playing games with folks and just wandering around like everyone else. But we're doing a top 10 with him. So these are all events you can go to. You don't have to go to them. You can. If they're first come, first served, you just show up. But there's also lots of little events all on the schedule, and you want to check those out. One I like to in particular talk about because it's kind of unique to our shows for the most part is we have a worship service on Sunday. So if you're in town and you wanted to go to church but you don't know where church is, we do a worship service at 9 a.m. Sunday, so you have a chance to come to that.
All right, and do you need more games in your collection? Of course you do. There's a couple ways to get them here.
Yeah, there's two flea markets. One is the virtual flea market. That is running right now.
Yep.
You could look it up on the website. There's a link. There's thousands of games available.
Literally thousands of games.
I'm not exaggerating. And you go through and you pick them out now. Then you go there, you meet the people that you bought them from, and you exchange. It worked really well last year. Smooth. People bought hundreds and hundreds of games from each other.
And that was just me.
Yeah. And then everyone always says, Tom, what do you do with all the games you get rid of? Dice Tower East.
Yep.
So you want to come Friday morning at 8 a.m. You'll be like pretty far back in line if you come at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
But
people get there crazy early for this.
But you don't have to. I mean, everyone gets in and gets through, and we're just getting rid of these games for fairly inexpensive prices.
Really inexpensive.
So you'll be able to come through and buy games. And so, yeah.
There's a lot of those. Get there early for that. Virtual Flea Market, you just Google Virtual Flea Markets on BGG, and you can sell or buy games there. And it's pretty easy because I know before you'd take all these games and bring them home. This way you set up those sales ahead of time, so it's more time playing games.
But those are used games. Those are old games.
Right.
New games. We have a lot of exhibitors there.
A lot.
It's not even just games they're showing off. There's 3D printed. Someone has painting services. We have, like I said, snacks, upgrades to games. There's all sorts of things. We want to mention a big thank you to our big sponsors, All Play and Arcane Wonders.
Yep.
And they're, Arcane Wonders does the Dice Tower Essential line, which is fantastic games. All Play, you see many of them here behind us. And these are really fun games, and you're definitely going to want to go check out that exhibit hall. It's open. It opens this year. We're opening it up early because another convention is pushing us out on Sunday. So we're opening up on a Wednesday at noon. It'll be open from noon to 5. Thursday and Friday from 10 to 5, and then Saturday it will be 10 to 2.
Yeah.
And that's plenty of time. We'll have a booth there.
We will.
Dice Tower. You can get Dice Tower swag or promo cards if you've missed them in the past. Yeah, so come check that out. But also right next to the exhibit hall is a demo hall where many of the exhibitors and other folks are demoing all sorts of games. Do you like the demo games?
I love the demo games. Those are really good. You talk about the hot games, like the demos.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah, it's really nice just to walk through and see things that you've heard about, but this is your first time to see them and actually experience it.
There's a lot of demo games, but as Joey mentioned, there's hot games. What are hot games? These are games that we think people are going to really want to play. So we have extra copies, and we put them out. They're already set up. You just sit down and play. Then when you're done,
so nice.
You reset it up for the next people.
Yeah, and it's great. And a lot of the hot games, I don't think the list has come out yet, but there'll be some that will surprise people that they're out so far.
It's going to be good.
Yep. All right, and you know what? As much as Tom takes pride in his library, the Dexterity Games are one thing. Sometimes I see them, I'm like, where did you come up with this? Some of them, like some pirate game I forgot was last year's a huge hit.
Yeah, we hunt down some really pirate billiards. We really hunt down these big giant dexterity games that are kind of hard to have in your house. You might have one. You might think crokinole or something like that.
Right.
But we have a ton of them set up all over. You just walk up, play them for a while. Do some flicking, some pulling of a Jenga tower, and games like that. And you should go out and just mess around them a bit. There's stuff you won't find anywhere else.
That is the best thing about the Dexterity Games. I mean, the worst thing is the fact they take so long to set up. They're already set up. You just sit there and you play for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you walk away.
Yep.
Yeah, and those are great. And those you set up there in the hallway, you're going to see just wide swaths. And as the week goes on, you're going to see more and more people discover those, and that will become more and more crowded and jump into one of those.
I don't care what people say. I love Orlando.
Orlando's
I think it's a cool city. It's for a long time it's been known as a city where Disney's at, but Disney's not the only thing that's there.
No, not anymore.
I mean, not even remotely. There's Universal Studios, obviously, but then there's SeaWorld, and those are the big three, and then there's more beyond that. There's lots of shopping there. There's restaurants. There's
shows.
shows, dinner theaters.
Right.
There is go-kart tracks. There's, I think, like 3 small amusement parks. You can go see alligators when you're there.
Miniature golf, everything's right there.
And we already mentioned Disney Springs.
Right. Disney.
But Universal has City Walk that you can go to.
And Epic Universe, if you're going to take a day before or after and fight those crowds.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic time. Definitely take some time to go out and see the city.
Yep.
It helps get away from the con. It also helps reorient you when you come back. It's great.
Especially if you're coming with family and things that maybe they're not huge gamers like you. Also, again, the pool at the Cree. We mentioned it before, but this is one that you will want to spend some time to just kind of take a breather because it's a really, really nice pool, and your family will definitely thank you for that.
Alrighty, well, that's it. There's a lot more of tips that we could give you, and I'll tell you what. One thing that's really important: you're going to get a con book.
Yep.
Go through that con book. Go look at stuff. We have giant game set up in spots. People will be running events. We have a prototype room where you can go play people's games that they're trying to get published. There's so many things. There's also important rules and things to follow that are in the thing. That's pretty common sense, but we have rules about our games in the library. They can't leave the building, things like that. So go through that. That would be the first thing that's the first thing I do when I go to a con is I look at their con book. But come ready to play games. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I mean, the whole gaming area is open 24 hours, so there's always someone down there playing games that you jump in and do it. This is the best convention, I think, for playing games.
I usually come in at 6 a.m. to play games in the morning.
He does.
And there are people leaving sometimes at that point.
Which is insane. Yes, but definitely do it. And if you have any comments and ideas for people, put them comment below.
Yeah, and we'll also try to answer questions. So if you have questions about the con, and a week before the con, we're going to do a Q&A with me and Camilla, who's running the convention, and she'll be able to answer your questions there too. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be fun.
All right, we'll see you in Orlando.
Until next time, I'm Tom.
I'm Joey.
Have fun gaming. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.